Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another First Impressions video for Civilization 6. Today we'll be looking at the Korean civilization that was just announced. This is one of the civilizations that's going to be in Rise and Fall. If you look back at my Rise and Fall First Impressions video, you'll see that I hypothesized that Korea would be one of the ones based on some of the graphics in the cinematic and whatnot. So yeah, here we go. Let's go look at it, the video.
Queen Seondeok leads Korea in Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. She ruled the Kingdom of Silla at a crucial time in Korea's history with astute diplomatic alliances and patronage of the arts and culture. Her reign set the stage for a unified Korean kingdom after her death. Korea can build the unique Seowon, which replaces the campus. This must be built on hills and gets a fixed yield of science.
All right, so this thing comes all across, initially with 6 science per turn, which is pretty significant. It's a lot higher than just about any adjacency bonus that you would be able to get generally, I believe. So that's pretty impressive. I don't think maybe it's taken into account some of these jungles and mountains here as well, and that's how it's getting to the 6 total. But we'll see how it kind of plays once we get into the game.
But for every district you build next to it, this yield is reduced.
See, as she dropped down the other 2 here, we went from 6 down to 5 with this one, and then down to 4 with that one. So it does kind of lead you to believe that the science district will be kind of unique in that you will not want to put it next to other districts, most likely. And actually, I think the next thing she's about to say will play more to that.
Korea's unique ability is called Three Kingdoms. Mines receive bonus science, and farms yield bonus food, if built adjacent to a Seowon.
All right, so more bonus science for mines next to the Seowon and more bonus food is pretty significant. That definitely means that you can start growing pretty tall, in general. If you have like a single hill in the middle of a whole bunch of flatlands, when just pop it down, you're gonna get a whole bunch of food from that city. If you have a single, hill and bunch of other hills, then you're gonna have a whole lot of production in that city. The one negative that I see from this is that the one that you maybe lean towards the side of putting a hill that's surrounded by hills to get a whole bunch of production, or even just a few hills, that kind of takes out, one of the really good industry zone spots, because you're going to typically want to put an industry zone in the middle of all those hills and take advantage of that production that way. But being able to put your science district there and get science from those, it's kind of a nice way to balance that extra production you're going to get from the hills anyway, because obviously you're going to be putting mines on those hills, along with some extra science. So a little bit less production overall if you go that route, but more science as a whole. So in the grand scheme of things, it's probably the better way to go, but we'll have to see once we kind of get into the game and play it through.
Their unique unit is the Hwacha. This devastating ranged unit is much more powerful than its Renaissance-era counterparts.
All right, so this thing actually has 50 range strength and 30 melee strength. That is pretty impressive. Now it does. Actually, I think she's about to say that you can't fire after moving, which is a little bit different from most range type units. I wish she was actually hover over this crossbowman to see how much range strength it has. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll probably sneak in a quick cut here where I will go over to look at the range units over this time within the actual civilization game. All right, so I've loaded up a game as the Chinese civilization. So let's check out, some of their bonuses real quick, just to compare them against the unit here. China. They do have the Crouching Tiger, which is a similar unit. It is a medieval era unit, though, as opposed to Renaissance, so it actually comes an era sooner. It only has a range of 1, but it actually has the same combat strength and melee strength as the Hwacha. And I'm assuming, obviously this one can fire after moving. So even though it's only a range of 1, it can actually fire it after moving, and it comes an era sooner. That is interesting. Let's check the field cannon itself. Field cannon is 60 and 50, so quite a bit stronger, and it comes around in ballistics. Ballistics is which era? Ballistics is over here in industrial. So the Renaissance era, in this area right here. So we're gonna have a 30 melee strength, 50 range strength. So basically as strong as the Hwacha, but stronger than the crossbowman for sure. But it can't fire and move at the same turn. So about 10 range strength stronger, same melee strength. Can't fire after moving, same range though. So the only thing it's got over the Crouching Tiger is that it's got a little bit more range. but it also comes in an era later. So I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of like the Crouching Tiger better, but it's still a really strong unit. It's going to be really fun to have. One thing that I wish they had, like they had in previous games, is that it had automatically came with 2 attacks, which it doesn't seem to see any evidence of that here. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back over to the video.
But cannot move and attack in the same turn. Queen Seondeok's unique ability is...
All right, so she's got the I can't say that word. I apologize. Hwarang, plus 5% culture and plus 5% science in all cities with an established governor. So this is playing into the new governor feature that is going to be in Rise and Fall. That's going to be very, very critical for your cities. Obviously, it's going to be absolutely critical for Korea to take advantage of those governors. And honestly, I was going to say that it kind of makes you maybe want to go more wide with your governors as opposed to, tall, because then you'll have, a whole bunch of cities with this 5% boost. But as I say that, honestly, having 1 or 2 governors in your best cities that are producing half of your science of your entire civilization and getting 5% there is probably perfectly acceptable as well. So truthfully, it probably would be beneficial for both wide and tall, depending on how good your cities are. If you've got a couple really good cities, then it's probably fine to have just a couple governors that you get promoted up pretty quickly. 3 kingdoms mines. Okay, yeah, the +1 science, +1 food for being next to the science district, and then the Hwacha and the Seowon. Cool. Very, very cool.
Hwarang. This provides bonuses to both science and culture in all cities with an established governor.
Okay, one thing I want to point out about this screen capture, for one, just to the left of Yeonju, I'm sorry if I'm using names. Is that a new wonder, maybe? I don't feel like I've seen that one before. The other thing is that the city nameplate, if you will, definitely seems to have some improvements or some, enhancements, maybe a better word. On the far left, it looks like that is signifying that this is the capital. There's a star there. Just to the next of that, we have a couple. I'm guessing those are 2 religions that are currently influential in this city, and the fact that they're both kind of growing at the moment. To the right of the name, we see a 12 and a little 3 in the top right corner. I'm guessing that is the population of the city and how many turns till it grows. Okay, that makes sense. The far right looks like this city is about to build a Hwacha in 1 turn, maybe. I'm guessing that's what it says. In fact, actually, if we look at the bottom right-hand corner, we can see, 1 turn until complete. And then the other thing that we can see is there's a little dude's face in between the city population and the unit symbol. And I'm guessing that is the new governor symbol. It seems like it would make sense. And sure enough, let's see, this guy, does it tell us what the boost from the governors? I don't see any boost on this little tooltip that popped up about related to governors at the moment. And I don't know if I see anything else on the screen about governors. Nothing's jumping out at me. I don't see anything. But no, I mean, it's still pretty cool. Oh, actually, you know what that is? I just realized something. That's not the religion. That's the majority religion. The cross obviously is Protestantism. Words are hard. It's the religion that's most relevant here. And then the one to the left of that is actually the Korean symbol. So I'm guessing that's the loyalty mechanic coming into play and showing that the loyalty of Korea is increasing in this particular city, which is their capital. So hopefully that would make sense. All right, let's get back going.
With their solid Seowon output, Korea can provide you with a reliable foundation of science that you can use to accelerate your research progress as you work towards a victory. Remember that mines are especially important for production and science when you build them next to your Seowon.
All right, let's go look at this picture a little bit. If you look at the 2 cities here, they actually both have looks like governors as well. So I think that definitely is, I mean, it makes sense that would be the governor symbol. So it looks like this particular Korea has several governors laid out. So that's pretty cool.
Will your kingdom become a place of learning and knowledge? How will you lead Korea in Sid Meier's Civilization 6 Rise and Fall?
All right, so yeah, Korea looks like a very, very cool civilization. Just like in Civ 5, they're going to be very strong on science. It is going to be huge for them. They're definitely going to be taking advantage of those governor mechanics, which is going to be cool. And, honestly, it's possible that I could see them reworking some of the other civilizations to work with, some of the current civilizations, I should say, to work with that governor mechanic as well. I assume a lot of the new civilizations coming in Rise and Fall, the other ones are going to have kind of governor tie-ins, or at least loyalty tie-ins. Some of the new systems, obviously. But I could see them reworking some of the older ones as well to balance them with those new systems as well. But no, I think Korea looks cool. I think it's going to be one that I would definitely enjoy playing. Obviously, very strong for going to science victory. You could probably go for a little bit of mid tier conquest with some of those extra stronger ranged units. Although the fact that they have to set up kind of makes them more like a siege unit that's really good at hitting units, as opposed to the cities. Obviously, you can use those types of units for cities as well. So it does make it a little more challenging. Obviously, they'd be really good on the defensive side. You stick them in your city where they don't have to move at all. Anybody comes and attacks you, and then they're going to just get plowed over by those things. So going to be cool to see. We'll have to see how it plays. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait till, I'm guessing they're going to do one of these announcements every week leading up to the expansion. So hopefully look to see another announcement next week. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.